Hello everyone, welcome again to realdealcooking.com. Today I'll be baking for you by far one of my best cakes, my favorite ones. First, I would like you to preheat the oven to around 325 to 350 degrees. Every oven is different, so that's why I'm always having that range. Or if you're baking it in Celsius degrees, it's 200 Celsius degrees. Second of all, prepare the pan. I'm using today 13 by 9 inches pan, baking pan. I cut up already a piece of the wax paper. And I'm using, to grease it a little bit, I'm using the papers from the margarine that I'm going to be using in a cake. So just grease it really good. Why wasting it, right? If you can use it for something. If it's not enough, you can just take a little bit more. Steal it a little bit from the ingredients from the cake. Okay, just grease it really good. All the sides and the bottom. And these can go to the garbage. And I'm gonna put that wax paper on the bottom. And baking pan is ready for baking. Alright, I'm gonna start with flour. I have to make a dough that's gonna make the base of a cake. So I'm gonna mix the dough with melted margarine. It's very important to melt it a little bit so it's better to incorporate in a dough. So I'm going to add it to a flour. And sometimes it's enough to put it for like 10 or 20 seconds to the microwave, and it's going to melt it a little bit for you. Alright, I'm going to add sugar, eggs, one vanilla sugar, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Remember always to check all your ingredients with the list to make sure you have everything. It happened to me a couple times that I forgot to put baking powder, the main ingredient. So just make sure you have everything listed, prepared on the table so you don't forget anything in a cake. Because then it's a pain, big pain, because it's so much work and then you have to redo it again. And I'm going to add sour cream. Okay, let me double check with the list. I have everything here. Okay, I'm going to mix it together first with the wood spoon. You gotta make sure your hands are nice and clean because you're going to be mixing it with your hand. Because we gotta make a nice dough. Okay. And you just mix all the ingredients really good. Always have extra sifted flour, just in case the dough is a little bit too sticky. It has to be nice and combined together. So I had to add more flour. If it's too dry, You can add more sour cream, or just the sour cream will be good if you add it. So here I see I need a little bit more flour. So have an extra sifted flour always next to you to add. It all depends on the ingredients. All the ingredients are different. Margarines, butters, it all depends what kind of ingredient you buy. You may need an extra one, but always remember liquid to make it more softer. If it's too dry, you can put a little bit more butter. So there's always solutions for every problem. Okay, I had to add a little bit more flour, as you can see, to make it a little bit more or less sticky. Cannot be too sticky, cannot be too dry. Okay, now it's just perfect. So it may be, you may need like 3 cups of flour, but as I said again, just do 2.5 and keep an extra on the side. That's pretty good. You know when it's good when it picks up all the extra residue from the bowl, from all the ingredients, so you know it's ready. Okay. There's a couple ways that you can put that dough on the bottom of the pan. I usually like to put it in the middle here, and then I spread it around with my hands to all the corners to make like a nice base. It's crazy windy today in Chicago. And it's starting to get cold, so I'm not looking forward to winter, but I'm looking forward to baking more, because in winter there's not much to do outside, so I usually bake and cook a little bit more, so you will have more recipes on my website. Okay. Alright guys, this is nice and ready. So that's how it should look. You have to make like a nice base for the rest of the ingredients. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the side. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay guys, now I'm gonna prepare the top part for the cake. So in this bowl I have flour mixed with coconut already. I'm gonna add margarine. I already melted it in the microwave. Cannot be too hot, just so it's melted. Eggs and the vanilla sugar. And I'm gonna mix it with the spoon first. And remember again, have extra flour ready on the side, because sometimes it may get too sticky. You gotta add some more flour. If it gets too dry, you can add some more margarine. I see it already here that I will need more flour. It's easy to forget ingredients, so I added just a pinch or 2 of sugar to my mix here. Okay, now it's ready. I'm gonna take a baking pan with the dough, and I'm gonna put on top the I shredded apples. So I bought 8 apples, and you gotta buy like larger apples. I think this one I bought Michigan Gold apples. They have to be a little bit on the sour side, not very sweet. And I shredded them on the largest openings here on the shredder. So I did that prior. It's good to do it prior so you have the apples ready. Alright, and when you take them out of the bowl, what you need to do is to squeeze the extra juice out of them. not completely, but you don't want it to be too juicy. And you're gonna start spreading it on top of the dough. Oh, it's gonna be so good, guys. I cannot wait to taste it. This is a favorite cake at for my coworkers, according to my coworkers. They love when I bring it to work. And I hope you preheated your oven to 325 degrees, because we're gonna be putting that cake in pretty soon. All right, this is beautiful. I'm gonna wipe my hands. Lots of mess here with this cake, but that's okay. As long as it tastes good, that's the most important thing. Usually there is a couple choices you can choose from when it comes to putting the dried fruit. You can put dried raisins, dried cranberries, dried cherries, whatever you feel like, as long as it's around around 12 ounces, so one package. So I'm gonna put a little bit of cranberries today and a little bit of dried cherries. I like to mix it up. I like to make it sometimes just with cherries, sometimes just with cranberries, or mixed all together, raisins, cranberries, or cherries. Okay, a little bit of cherries. So everything is kind of covered here. Good. I'm gonna put some cinnamon on top. You can put it on top of the apples, or you can just put it on top when you put raisins or craisins or cherries, just so it gets this nice smell. If you don't like cinnamon, don't worry, you don't have to put it on. I love cinnamon taste and smell, so I'm gonna put plenty of it. I hope you're gonna love it. Please give me a feedback on YouTube channel, or write to me an email at askme@realdealcooking.com. This is my website. Please give me feedback. If something didn't work, let me know. And also remember not to give up, because maybe first time it's not going to work for you. Give it a chance second time. With cooking and baking, it's hard to give up, you know. It's easy to give up, but it's not good to give up, because you know, you have to get to perfection, and sometimes it may not work first or second time, but will work perfectly third time. That's the beauty of cooking, because we have no power over what companies put in the ingredients, so we don't know if they always make it the same way, if they always measure it the same way, so just don't get discouraged. Okay, and I put that top part, sprinkled it on, and the cake is ready to go to the oven. So it will be in the oven for around an hour. So I will show you how it looks after it comes out of the oven, and I will take some pictures of the cross section of it so you can see how it should look. Bon appetit, and I hope you're gonna love it as much as I do. Bye! Cake is ready. So it's a little dark on the top, so it's not burned, it's just nice and dark, and the darker it is, the more crispy, crunchy it is. So I really like it this way. It was in the oven for 55 minutes. I took it out, so don't wait until the entire hour. Check it 10 minutes before, so like in 50 minutes after or 40 minutes into baking, and make sure it's not burning, the top is not burning. As I said, different ovens bake different way. So make sure you check it, and it needs to be darker on top, nice and baked. So I'm going to do a cross-section picture for you so you see how it looks in cross-section. Bon appetit!